without the mic?
Yep.
First of all, the reason I got my PhD from Harvard is I couldn't get in the University of Pennsylvania. Rather than my opening up with statements or comments, how about if I just stop right here and we'll just start with questions. I get a lot more out of that, quite frankly. I know what the tenor is than those I will work for as a public servant, but in my district, it's what I like to do. And during that, some of what I would have said at the beginning will come out, if that's acceptable. And it'll leave more time for questions. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'd just like to ask you a question, also relating to justice in regards to 9/11. I understand that you met on October 2nd of last year with members of We Are Change Northeast Pennsylvania at Wilkes University. They presented to you
When?
October last year, Wilkes University. I just wanted to follow up. They presented to you a peer-reviewed study from the Open Chemical Physics Journal, which presents forensic evidence from the World Trade Center that they were red and gray chips that appeared to be, with proven a chain of custody of these samples from the tops of the buildings and things, red and gray chips that appeared to be military-grade nano-thermite. And they presented this study to you. I wanted to see if you had read it, if any of your staffers had read it. It's very serious information. I just wanted to see if you looked into it at all.
I don't remember where I got this, but I'm very familiar with the study. And there's several others out there that kind of say that. No, I'm a strong supporter that the 9/11 Commission did a very good job. It went through all these allegations, and that how this occurred is as that commission found out.
Okay.
I have had, I would say, scores of people that over time have sent me things or discussed it with me or grabbed a hold of me about this.
Mm-hmm.
But having gone through that commission and knowing a number of members who are on there, Republican and Democrat, I think that they came up with the right conclusion.
Okay, just to follow up, it doesn't concern you that a lot of the members of the National Institute of Standards and Technology are some of the only experts in the United States on the military-grade nano-thermite explosive, that there's very few people that have access to that explosive technology, and why it would have been exploding out onto the rooftops of buildings ostensibly from the World Trade Center towers. I see that as an important crime scene, area to look into. Maybe you would support a truth commission, have allow people that were there to have immunity so that they could speak freely and find out what our government, what officials in our country at that time understood about what was going on that day and prior to.
No, I don't agree with doing that. And I could be wrong, but my exposure in the federal government is I found that these types of internal plots, never did I come across them or found anything like that.
You're not aware of Operation Northwoods, which actually was to set up a war between us and Cuba by actually detonating or attacking an airplane filled with U.S. civilians in order to justify. That was in the 1960s.
And I am aware of the tasking the CIA was tasked to do via CIA, which people were under President Kennedy, of which Bob Kennedy was involved in some of those things, from the cigar to the other things, to do that. And I'm aware that the CIA actually did assassinations, and then the church committee was put over this, but never. And I honestly have found that those doesn't mean that there aren't spies, we found them. But I've never found a conspiracy within the federal, in our government, against our country. So I don't agree with that.